Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. And today is the day. It's opening weekend of Major League Soccer, and today we have our very first regular season game with the Impact. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about the teams, let's talk about the league, let's talk about how we got here and where we're going. So I guess first things first, let's take a look at the preseason. I had several preseason videos this week. I don't know if you watched those, but if you did, you saw that we had a pretty up and down preseason. It's pretty much the definition of inconsistent because we had 3 wins, 3 draws, and 3 losses. So it's just completely up and down, no pattern, no reason, no rhyme to it. But maybe we can squeeze a little bit of reason and rhyme out of it. Because what we had here is we had some bad losses. We lost to Toronto FC 2. We lost to the Tampa Bay Rowdies, which is a lower division team as well as FC 2. We lost to NYC FC, which is kind of forgivable. They're an okay team. They're pretty good. But basically, most of the losses and most of the draws came from our second team. Our second unit didn't perform very well. I mean, it's hard to blame them. They're a bunch of youngsters, bunch of draft picks and academy guys playing together for the first time. So maybe that's understandable, believable anyway, forgivable possibly. But we did have 2 big victories, and those were over one of our rivals, Vancouver Whitecaps, and that was with our first team, our first unit, so that's a good sign. And then our biggest victory was a trip down to Honduras to play Olympia, and we just smashed them 5-0. Now maybe this isn't a team that's quite on our level because they had a lot of, Honduras isn't a loaded team. I mean a loaded country, a country that is in the database, let's put it that way. So they had a lot of grayed out players, a lot of players who, just scrubs basically. So maybe it's not a fair comparison, but whatever the reason, we went down there and we smashed them, and I think that's given us some good momentum going into our first game of the season, of the regular season, which is against FC Dallas. Let's take a look at these guys. If you're familiar at all with MLS, you should know FC Dallas. They're a very good team, a very good franchise. As you can see here, they've had a lot of success in their time in MLS, but most of that success has come rather recently in the last 3 seasons. They finished 2nd in the Supporter Shield, and then they have won the Supporter Shield, defending regular season champions 2 years in a row. So they're a good squad, a very good team. They are on a roll right now. We can take a look at their team. We've actually scouted them. That's pretty good. We know this team very well because I play with FC Dallas quite a bit. Of all the teams in MLS, I probably know the most about FC Dallas because ESPN does a podcast that is basically half dedicated to FC Dallas because that's where the podcasters who do it are from. So I know a lot about this team. I've coached this team, managed this team a few times, and they are very good. They are very talented. They've got a young up-and-coming goalkeeper, Jesse Gonzalez. He just got called up to the U.S. national team in real life, so he's gonna be a guy who's got a chance to be one of the next top goalkeepers in the United States. They've got a very solid defense, very solid midfield with Kellen Acosta. He's another guy who's going to be a stalwart in the U.S. national team in years to come. Their attacking 4 players are pretty good as well. They've got a significant injury right now. Mauro Diaz, who's one of their top players, possibly their overall top player, is injured right now. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks, so we're going to be spared his talent. But this team's going to be tough to beat, especially this back 6 right here. These 6 fellas right here are going to be tough to get past. We're going to have to work some magic to score a goal on these guys. So that's definitely something to look forward to in our next game. But before we get to that, before we actually play the game, let's look at the league and see where we're predicted to finish. Major League Soccer. Take a look at the season preview. And here we are. We are predicted dead last by the media. 1,000-1 odds to win the championship. Rated behind Minnesota, Orlando, San Jose. Behind the new expansion team, Los Angeles. So, according to the media, we got a long ways to go. In terms of key players, we got one key player on the list here, Tedder. That's good. He is a good player. Anybody else on the list? Diallo is way down here on the list, but I guess that counts as having 2 players on the key player list. Not much to do in the transfer market. We haven't made many transfers other than sort of sending people out on loan. So they don't really care about that. We haven't made a big splash yet. We got a big player coming in. We'll look at that during the checklist. For now, you can see not so good. Not expected to do much. Take a look at the board. It's kind of reflected in the board as well. They only want us to be competitive, finish mid-table, so that's not much. But I think we can do better than that. I think we could possibly make the playoffs our first season. I thought that with LAFC in my last series in MLS, and I think that again here. I think that should be the minimum that you try to do in MLS is let's make the playoffs. If you can't be one of the top 16 teams, top 12 teams, I should say, get one of the top 6 spots in either conference, then what are you doing here? What do you even, unless you're completely rebuilding a team and just starting from scratch, you should be able to make the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's see what we did in the preseason in terms of players. I thought we had a lot of players who played very well. Starting off first and foremost with our young striker, Anthony Jackson Hamill. He finished with a 7.92 rating in the preseason. That is outstanding. I mean, his stats are pretty good, especially physically, but it doesn't really bear out these stats equating to such a high rating. Nearly an 8.0 rating in 5 appearances. He had 5 goals, 2 assists, 5 clear chances, 4 players of the match, 77% passing. I mean, he was just dominant in the preseason, so that's very good. Also, our best player, Tedder, 7.45 rating in 4 appearances. Pretty good. Andre, our new signee, our biggest signee of the preseason, the young Brazilian, only 20 years old, another very good player, very talented guy. He showed that on the field, 7.3. Also, Mancosu, our veteran striker, 7.3. So a lot of our players played really well, and we're going to reward a lot of these guys with starting time and playing time. We got one injury to note here. Coignier, he's a guy who played well for us. We signed him late in the preseason, but he came in for 3 games and played well, 7.1 rating. So he would be on the bench right now if he weren't injured. But he is injured. The other injury we sustained was one of our midfielders. Where did he go? Where did he go? Where did he go? Is he injured? Tactics. I didn't accidentally sell him off or anything weird, did I? There he is, Piet. Okay, almost had a heart attack. Piet is just coming back from injuries. One of our better players, only 23 years old, but yeah, he ain't ready for prime time right now, so he ain't going to play. All right, is there anything else? I guess we could not just focus on ourselves. We could look at some of the other season previews here. They're predicting NYC FC to win the league, 5-2 odds. So maybe that loss in the preseason isn't so bad. Toronto FC, our rivals, 3-1 odds to win. Atlanta United, they got all those attacking players. It'll be hard to keep them out. This is interesting, though. LA Galaxy predicted 4-1 odds to win the league. They were pretty mediocre last season. Especially in real life, they were one of the worst teams in the league. So it's interesting to see what they're all about. Who do they got? Who do they bring in? We don't know much about them. We haven't scouted them yet. Let's see, who do they got? They got Armando Vargas. Alessandrini is still there. Giovanni Dos Santos is still there. I thought in the offseason, in real life, yeah, they did pick up another Dos Santos, but he is injured. Jonathan Dos Santos. Yeah, he was a big signing for them in the offseason, and maybe that's why they're rating him so highly, because they got another Mexican international on their team, a guy who should be a very good player for him. Unfortunately, he's injured, so that's no good for them. Hurts their chances a little bit, but yeah, so that was their big signing. Okay, I can see now why they might rate LA highly. In terms of the Eastern Conference, though, we got these three big teams at the top, NYC, Toronto, and Atlanta. And then after that, the Red Bulls are up there in 8th. New England in 13th. So it's sort of a mediocre season looking like for the Eastern Conference. A lot of them at the bottom. We're at the bottom. Is Minnesota Eastern or Western? They're Western. Orlando's at the bottom. Chicago's at the bottom. Get out of here, Minnesota. Columbus, Philadelphia, bottom half. DC United, just barely bottom half. So, yeah, it looks like it could be... Playoffs could definitely be possible here with all of these Eastern Conference teams sort of rated poorly. So that's definitely something to look at. All right, now I think let's just run down the checklist and then get to the game. So here we go. Impact Academy. We looked at this earlier in the year. We haven't really signed many players up from here just yet, and probably won't because they're all still 16 years old. We got to think about some of these 17-year-olds for next year. They're not particularly great players, but I'll probably sign a few of them just out of need, necessity, keep some Canadian players in the fold, that kind of stuff. But overall, we got a lot of talent sitting there in our under 20s, in our academy. So that's going to change how we approach things. It's going to change how we approach the draft, how we approach free agency, because we don't really want to bring in a bunch of sort of mid-tier free agent older guys, because we would rather have these young guys either playing for us, on the bench for us, or out on loan somewhere in the world for us. So we got to really be active with these guys. Finances. Something we haven't looked at much this season. We're doing pretty good. We got $16 million in the bank. That is pretty good, and it's growing. It's going up every year here, so that's good. We had a $9 million profit last season. I don't know where that came from, but it was very helpful. The board really loved it, and this season we're making $6 million so far. Payroll, we got a big payroll. We got $27 million payroll, $27.5 million payroll. We're currently only spending $5 million, but we've committed to spending $15 and maybe even more. We're trying to bring in another big-time, big salary player to push our team even farther over the top. We still have a $2 million transfer budget, so we got a lot of room to bring in at least one big-time player, and that's what I'm looking for. But he's got to be a young player, and he's probably got to be a North American, so it's a little tricky for bringing him in. There aren't many of those guys around. There's like, maybe we could go out and get Christian Pulisic. I don't think so, because I don't think we can afford him. I don't think he would even give us the time of day. But it's somebody like that, some young American who's out there in the world and is really good. And, we can afford to pay him big bucks. So hopefully we can pull that off. But other than that, other than the finances, things are looking really good. We can check out some of the other things that we don't normally look at. We can look at sponsors. We got a new sponsor. Let's take a look at this. Our main kit, $3.8 million sponsor. That's really good. General sponsor, $1.6 million. I don't know what he's sponsoring, but good, good on him for giving us a $1.6 million sponsorship. Maybe that's the dairy sponsorship, because our owners made their money in the dairy industry. So maybe we got a sponsorship with the milk industry. I don't know. But our ground has a $666,000 per season sponsorship, so that's good. And then we just got a small one here, $149,000. I'm not sure what that's for either, but every little bit helps. It's a 5-year deal. So we're looking pretty good, pretty solid in terms of bringing in the bucks. And there was something else I was going to say, but I'm going to save that for the transfer market. So we'll move on to the board now. That is not the board, that's the finances. There's the board. Job security. We're looking secure. 55%. That's pretty much where you want to be at your first season, over 50%, and then you can build on that from there. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room. And it ensures that you won't have all these emails saying like, oh, he's under pressure and all that kind of stuff. So at least if you keep your job security above 50%, you're doing okay. Board confidence. They like our transfers so far. They like our leadership support, our locker room support. They're not unhappy with our tactics. That's good. That usually means the fans are okay. Yeah, the fans are satisfied with the 4-2-4 wide. They like that attacking formation, so that's good. Everything else is just sort of mediocre. Club issues. Satisfied with our club issues. Club stature, payroll, job value is way low. 1%. Apparently we are not getting paid enough, so our next contract we definitely need a raise. And develop players using our youth system, 50%. I don't know how they judge that. We think it's too early to judge you, whether you're giving youth a chance or not. Okay. We know we've got a few of these guys on the squad, so that's got to at least count for something. Anything else here? Transfer activity. Okay. Surveying supporters' opinion. Spokesperson Peter DeSerpa feels that the fans are pleased with your business. All right. 60%. All right, so that's good. Nobody on talk radio calling us, idiot or whatever. Take a look at the club. Founded in 1993, 3-star reputation. That's about average for a major league team. Actually, pretty much every team in MLS has 3 stars. I think only Los Angeles has 3.5 star. I don't want to look at that right now. I think it's under USA. Anyway, it's not important. But in my FC Dallas save last year, I did everything I could to try and gain that half star, and it took me maybe 10 or 15 years to gain an extra half star here in reputation. So it's not easy to break out of that mold as a MLS team. General news. Of course, our rivals are Toronto FC, Vancouver. You've probably seen all that. We got the 401 Derby versus Toronto FC. Owner loves the club, all that stuff. Ticket price is $30. That's not too bad. Average season tickets, $565. That's also, somewhat reasonable. We got 8,500 season ticket holders. Take a look at our facilities. It is a 20,000 seat capacity stadium, so it's a little low for season ticket holders. I'm used to LAFC in my last save. We had 23,000 season tickets. It was just about as many season tickets as our stadium could hold. So this is definitely low. I'd love to see some more fans and some more season tickets, but we got to win in order for that to happen. All right, so we got Saputo Stadium. And the other thing that I don't think I mentioned before is that if we play a big game, like let's say we play in the Canadian Championship versus Toronto, we won't usually play that in Saputo Stadium. We'll play that down the road at the Olympic Stadium, which is like a 60,000 seat stadium. So the fans are there, right? If we play in big games, the fans will come out and we can even fill up a bigger stadium. So it'd be nice to get more of those fans in as regulars, as opposed to just, once in a while. Affiliate clubs, we got Bologna in Italy. We got the Impact Academy. We got Ottawa Fury. We haven't sent many players to either of these clubs, or they haven't sent us many at the moment. So we haven't got any dividends from our affiliates, but so far it's okay. All right, now transfers. Let's stop messing around. Yaya Toure hasn't quite joined the club yet. Haven't pulled the trigger on that, but he will join in the summer, during the summer transfer window. Take a look and see what he's up to these days. 34 years old, Ivorian, sorry. But this is a guy I wanted to talk about because he could actually generate some extra revenue for us. Bringing in this guy, whatever jersey we give him is going to sell. And, we're going to put his name on the back. He's going to sell, I don't know, milk and lunchboxes and who knows what. Be able to do a lot of marketing opportunities with Yaya Toure. So that's going to be good. So what's he up to? What's he up to these days in the Premier League? Still playing for Manchester City. 1 appearance so far. That ain't no good. Last season, 25 appearances, 5 goals. They don't list any other stats from last season for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, Manchester City bought him for $42 million back in 2010, and we paid him like $1 million. No, we're not paying him anything. That's why we're getting him in the summer, because his contract runs out. So that's pretty good. We've also looked at Kyle Larin as being that possible next big player we bring in, but he doesn't want to come and play for us. So I don't know what to tell him. Maybe after we sign Yaya, maybe then Kyle will look at us and go, oh, okay, wait a minute. These guys got something going on. Maybe I'll agree to sign. I don't know. So we'll take a look at that. Let's see. The transfer center, transfer history. So not a lot has happened since last time. We got Andre in as our big signing of the offseason. 20-year-old defensive midfielder. We looked at him. Sent a bunch of guys out on loan, our youngsters. Made some trades, mostly just behind-the-scenes trades. We traded some late-round draft picks for allocation money. And we're just keeping that allocation money in the bank in case we need to use it to buy down some players' contracts or re-sign some people, or whatever we can use it for. We'll try to use it for that, but for now, everything's okay. We looked at scouting schedule. We looked at all that. Medical center. We got a little bit going on here. We got some above-average injury risks here. Cognier, Hassler, Watts, Piet. A lot of those guys are just coming off injuries. Piet is just now returning to training, so he's not going to play at all. Cognier is still injured, but so far we've been fairly injury-free, other than the big injury here to Piet. He was injured for 6 weeks, starting at the very first preseason game, so that's not good, but something we could live with. We got decent depth in the midfield. We don't have much quality depth after what we've got currently in the starting lineup, but we got enough to keep things rolling should we get another injury. And if things get too dire, we can always just pull the trigger on Yaya Toure and bring him in. All right, let's see. Dynamics. How about this? It's pretty good for the first season taking over. We got average match cohesion. So, even though we lost several of those preseason games, we did manage to get some cohesion, so that's good. Locker room atmosphere is good. Good sense of unity between the players. They should have little cause for complaint. So that's good. We do have a wide range of ages, but that's not a problem. Leadership support is very good, so these guys have bought into the program. Hierarchy is a little bit pointed. It's not quite as flat as we would like it, but we do have Romero at the top, who's our team captain. He's wearing the armband. He's not the greatest leader around because his teamwork is a little low, but he does have 14 leadership. He's a veteran, 28 years old, on a team with a lot of youngsters, so the fact that he's the captain, I guess that's okay. Teder, his influence has been going up and down because he's not quite sure of his international status at the moment. He hasn't been getting called up to his international team as much as he'd like, so he lost a little bit of juice there in the locker room. But he's still a highly influential player. Then our other influential players, Mankosu, Watts. If you recall, he was part of our LAFC save. brought him in to be a locker room guy, and he's already starting to be a leadership. He's already starting to be in leadership positions. We made him assistant captain because of his leadership abilities. Teamwork 14, leadership 12, and he's a veteran at 26 years old. So that's good. He's already an influential player. Do we have anybody opposed to us? Nobody's opposed to us. Only 10 players support us. It's kind of an interesting mix of players who support us. Luckily, our best players support us. Romero, Teder, Mancosu, Diallo, Piet, Petrasso. So a lot of our top players support us, and that's really important. All right, social groups, pretty decent. We got a couple of guys in the other. Some of our two young fullbacks, Pujol and Gioli, or Giglio, I mean. Got a social group B here. Taylor, Salmon, Tran, and Pace are super draft picks. So that's probably why they're all in the same boat together here. Secondary social group, Andre, Hassler, Jop, Fisher, and Vargas. Players who have been at the club for roughly the same length of time. Okay. This group is our core social group is mainly made up of players who speak French. That's funny. All right, so we got a lot of French speakers on the team, and we always ask pretty much everybody we sign to go out and learn French, just to so they can communicate with everybody in Quebec. All right, happiness, looking good, looking green, looking super green. Nobody has many complaints. Vargas is a little concerned about training right now. What's up with you, Vargas? What are you training about? He's done okay. He's unhappy with training as of late. Does he want more or less? How old is Vargas? He's 20 years old. Oops. Let's train him up to be... Let's give him some training on the right-hand side just to make him a little bit more versatile. All right, so let's get the match going. Let's hand that over to our assistant and continue on down the road. MLS, is there anything else we need to get to before we go on with things? I don't think so. Did Medical Center. We did Dynamics. I think we're ready to go. Ready to roll into this very big, very important game. As you can see, the schedule is pretty packed. You know, I talk about this every time at the beginning of an MLS season. There's just so many games right at the start of the season. There's just, you know, MLS jams those games in on the first 2 weekends, and I'm not sure why. The first 2 weeks, I mean. Just to capitalize on the momentum, I guess. I don't know. We're scouting a lot of French guys. We're trying to scout Canadians, but it ain't working too good. Our scouts just do not want to scout Canada or North America for whatever reason. But anyway, confirmed tickets, season ticket sales of 8504. In addition to league matches, season tickets also include the following competitions: Canadian Championships and one friendly. That must be our friendly versus Boulogne. So that's good. Shome is out on loan. 2-1. His team was victorious. He played, ran 8.1 miles, had a couple of key passes. Pretty good. 7.1 average rating, so good on you, my man. Good play. Quick report. We got some injuries going up. Those guys aren't going to play. So there's only 2 games on the schedule this week for MLS, apparently. We're playing FC Dallas, and Atlanta United are playing Minnesota United, the 2 expansion clubs from last year, 2 years ago. All right, so here we go. We're going with the 4-2-4. It's the formation that seems to work for us. It's our best lineup currently. We got to get rid of some of these here players. We got to get down to a 7-man lineup, and I think we've already got that set, right? Got Johnson, Romero, Martin. Okay, yeah. So let's go. Proceed to the match. All right, this is exciting. We're going to get... Oh, look at that. Full stadium. You'd think so against FC Dallas, the 2-time defending champ. But they are going with the 4-2-3-1 defensive wide formation. We tried this in the preseason. Didn't work too well for us. But, you know, they've got such a stiff defense that they can probably get away with it because it's going to be very tough to score on them. They got Hedges in central defense. They got a new guy here. Douglas Growley is going to make his debut. Who is this guy? Is he a draft pick or something? No, he's 29-year-old Brazilian. That's an interesting name for a Brazilian. Played in Brazilian Serie A. Interesting. Didn't play last year at all. Don't know how good he is, or do we? Yeah, he's pretty good. Big, strong kid. Big, strong man, 29 years old. Yeah, he's pretty solid. He's going to be tough to get around, that's for sure. Acosta in the midfield. We looked at these guys. Barrios is back in the lineup, so they fooled us with that injury. They're going to play him, even though he's a little bit banged up. 3 appearances, 1 goal. Highest rated player. Meanwhile, we've got Bush in goal. Tran making his debut. The second round draft pick making his debut at left fullback. Hassler at right fullback. Diallo and Cabrera. We got our own pretty good central defense, so we don't have anything to be jealous about. Andre and Teder in the midfield. Vargas, Petrasso out wide. Jackson Hamill and Mancosu up top. So should be a lot of fireworks this game. I'm hoping to score some goals. All right. Let's avenge what happened last time, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't there. You weren't there. Nobody was there, but we'll avenge it anyway. Evan Bush takes the captain's armband today. I guess so. I know he can set the tone. Whatever. Let's see. Who is this anyway? This is Jeremy Lanny from the Montreal, Quebec City Soccer Post. All right. So anyway, you left Samuel Piet out. Is that due to his injury problem? Yes. Absolutely, he's not ready to start. Get out of here. It was always nice to start with a win and get points on the board and build up some momentum. Are you confident you can get off to a good start? Yeah, we've been working hard. The players can carry that focus and determination into the game. Can we expect an attacking focus? I sure hope so, because we're playing an attacking formation. Defense is not really going to be our forte here. Actually, we're going to play sneaky defense, because we have, I think, 4 strong defenders on the back line, and we're going to let them do their thing. And, you know, offense is the best defense or tactic. Anyway, you must be intent on gaining a measure of revenge. Sure, we want to win every match. Get out of here. All right, here we go. Stadium is packed. Look at that. That's what you want to see on opening day. A nice full crowd. Here is the kickoff. They got Max Arudi up top. He's a guy we got to watch out for. Ziegler, Acosta. All right, there ends their highlight. That's good. Clock is rolling a little bit. Teams are feeling each other out. FC Dallas is going down the right-hand side there, trying to get the ball to Barrios. Here's Acosta with the free kick now on the near side. Drops it short to Barrios. He's covered. Gets around one man. Crosses it to the back post. Hassler is there. Yikes. Lamar with the goal, their left winger. He's a guy, when I took FC Dallas, I traded him away because he was an old guy, and I was like, I don't want this guy, but he's actually pretty good. I probably shouldn't have traded him away, but that's kind of what I like to do. Anyways, Barrios, back post. Lamar doesn't quite win the header, but he gets it back. He looked like he was marked a little bit by Teder, but he just couldn't stop him, so that's no good. Basically a set-piece goal, not, you know, sort of the second phase of a set-piece, but still scoring off a set-piece nonetheless. All right, so we got some work to do here, boys. Some players looking frustrated. Ziegler has it now. This is a throw-in from the far side. Acosta, Gruezo gets it forward. Oh, nice defensive play by Teder. Bush has it. Let's see if we can start some kind of attack. Bombs it downfield. Let's see if Jackson can get under it. He does in a way. Tran saves it at midfield. Gets it ahead to Vargas. Andre forward to Jackson. Jackson back to Tadier. He's got a man down the right-hand side. Mancosu goes after it. Mancosu across to Jackson with the header. There is our combination. Those two guys working so well together, and it's been Mancosu setting up Jackson. That's been the surprising part. Jackson wins the ball. Tadier, nice pass. I thought the right winger was going to go for it, but Mancosu says, nah, give me the ball, son. And he sends it straight into Jackson. That was a great play. The veteran getting it done. I'm going to try to take a drink, but I'm all out of tea. I don't know what to do. All right, 20 minutes down. We are tied it up. We have tied it up. Let's look at our ratings. Oh, no time for that. We got a free kick. Vargas sends it in. Cabrera with the header. That's our set piece. We like to send it short corner to the central defender. So that worked out well. Almost. But anyway, Jackson Hamill, 7.1 rating and a goal. Everybody else is doing pretty well. Hassler is a little bit low there, 6.5. Uh-oh, here's their turn. Acosta with a corner. Andre flies in for the header, but they get it back out wide to Acosta on the near side. He sends across post. Lamar again. And Bush. My man, we can't have that. That was a stoppable ball. This is Lamar getting his revenge from a couple seasons ago when I got rid of him. But here it is. Another set piece victimization, I guess. Acosta. Second phase again. They send it in back post, and that was just imminently stoppable pass or shot. Not happy about that. Bush. You're on my radar, buddy. Yeah, 14. I mean, he looks pretty good. He looks pretty solid. He's just got to perform, or we're going to get rid of him. All right, here's Mancosu setting up the attack. Tadair down the right-hand side. Pentrasso. He's got Jackson. He sends it in, but Hedges is there, the old veteran defender. Grazo sends it downfield. That's going nowhere. Diallo heads it to Tadair. Tadair across the formation to Vargas. Jackson has it again to Mancosu. Can he return the favor? He does. Nice goal. Nice shot. He loves that far corner. That's a couple of goals now he's scored this season by just pinpointing that far corner. Nice job. Very nice attack. This is going to be a fun season, I think. This team is looking pretty good. And Kosu. Boom. I think I just got a text, but my phone is not anywhere near me. So we'll work that out after the game. We got a game going on, people, here. I can't be getting texts. All right, here's FC Dallas on the attack. Lamar again. He has been our boogeyman. Oh, wow. We almost got lucky there from Barrios missing that goal, but he got the rebound pretty easily. And again, not excited with this goalkeeping. I mean, maybe there was nothing he could do about that. I would have liked him to maybe intercept this cross, but he just stayed on his line. And then he didn't really react with any sort of authority toward Barrios. And lets in his third goal. We might have to sub him out and get Jop in there, see what Jop can do. I wasn't particularly impressed with him in the offseason or in the preseason either. But, he's got to be able to do better than conceding 3 goals. It also could be a bit of Hassler's fault on the right-hand side there. He ain't playing too good. Analysis. We're struggling to cope with the midfield. Is that all you got? All right, let's get assertive. I expect to see a much better showing. All right, so we're going to give Hassler a little bit more time, but we got Fisher hanging out on the bench here. He's an incredibly defensive player. He's not going to give us much offensively going forward, but he's not terrible. He's got 8 crossing, 8 dribbling, 10 first touch. That's decent. It's not decent, but it's not terrible. So we'll figure that out. Is there anybody else we need to get out of there? Our left fullback, Tran. So we could bring in Taylor. He is just a defensive guy. He's basically a central defender who can kind of play left fullback. So we might have to bring him in as well just to shore up our fullback positions. We can't have that. Then we got Vargas. The inside forward hasn't been playing too well either. 6.5 rating. We could bring in Romero for him. Team captain is not starting, so maybe that's part of our problems. But anyway, we get the kickoff in the second half. Hasler sends it down to Mancosu. Sends it forward to Jackson. He gets dispossessed, and there ends the highlight. All right, boys. We need to get one back. Andre picks up an early yellow card. Not real excited about that. FC Dallas, their ratings are pretty decent other than Hollingshead. This is not a good day for fullbacks. All right, Hassler and Tran have both gotten worse in the second half. So we're getting both of those guys out of there. Boop. Boop. All right, Taylor has to go back to defensive fullback. Fisher, yeah, I guess we'll put them both on defensive fullback. Going to send Vargas back to winger. See if that helps him out at all. And we're going to send Petrasso on attack. So we're just going to change things up a little bit. A couple of little subtle moves and see if that helps at all. We got 60 minutes. Might have to get Andre out of there and bring in Martin or Watts. Get rid of that yellow card. But so far, hopefully he's been okay. What are our... Yeah. Team instructions are pretty much very aggressive. They have subbed out Max Arudi. They brought in Coleman. They got some good, decent strikers here. Coleman, pretty good. Max Arudi also pretty good. All right, here we go. Highlight. Taylor. Throw in. Far side. Gets it to Jackson. Andre. Sends it forward. There's Tadeo. Has Mancosu up the middle. Wide open. There it is. Easy goal. Gonzalez just wasn't really paying attention there. Move back up to 5th position. This is a lot of goals. This has been an exciting game. I think this is going to be a pretty exciting season, especially if we're going to be playing attack all season. Andre, nice pass forward, but Tadeo spots the old man, and he just slots it home. Outstanding. Why is he number 21? I don't know. He likes number 21, I guess. Have to check out our jersey sales and see who's buying the old number 21. Bush now with a goal kick, sends it out wide to Petrasso. He wins it, but Lamar gets it forward to Coleman. FC Dallas on the attack. Acosta nearly loses it, but gets it forward to Lamar. Oh, Bush finally makes a stop. Good man. That's what we needed. We needed a stop. Now here's the dreaded set piece corner kick. Lamar sends it high. Headed out by Cabrera, but Barrios is going to settle it down maybe. Yes, he does. He's challenged, but he gets it to Grazo. Barnes. There's Groli. Acosta gets it up to Coleman. He's not being marked. There we go. Fisher. Nice play. Gets it wide to Vargas. Can we start the counterattack? Let's go. There he goes. Jackson rushing forward. He's got Mancosu. He sends it far post to Petrasso. He can't handle it. Dang it. That would have been an outstanding counterattack right there. Petrasso, just a bad touch. All right, here we go. Throw in near side. 80 minutes down. Mancosu gets it forward. Petrasso again gets dispossessed. Not happy with your performance right now. Tadeo trying to rush back. Barrios. Barnes. Back out to Barrios. He's challenged out there by the big 6'6" drafty Taylor. Playing fullback. I don't think they wanted to see him out there. Mancosu on the run. He's taking it himself. He ain't passing it. Forget that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Maybe he should have passed it, but after how Petrasso has been playing, I guess that's why pass it. Maybe we should sub him out. How's he doing? He's got a 7.2 rating, so maybe pass it to him. Vargas is still not doing great. Andre is looking good. He's got that yellow card, makes me nervous. I think we're gonna bring in Romero. It might boost the club up a little bit. Give us a little spark to bring our captain in. Send him on attack. Why not? Why the heck not? Costa. We're trying to get a win here, right? We don't need these draws. Okay, they're sending it back post. Lama gets to it. Oh, what a stop by Bush. I thought that was a clear goal. Bush is making up for those goals. Nice stop, man. Kosu now on the attack. Sends it. Can't get there, but Vargas chases it down. We score here, we might change our substitution. I guess not. We'll keep it then. 82 minutes. See if we can get that fourth goal, put us over the top. If this doesn't get us more season ticket holders, I don't know what will. It's been an exciting match. 88 minutes down, 4 minutes of stoppage time, and we're just rolling through here. Bush now with the goal kick, sends it downfield. Mancosu underneath it, wins the header back to Teder, sends it forward. Mancosu crosses it to Jackson, centering pass. Romero with the shot. The captain comes in and misses his first opportunity of the match. He's only got 11 finishing. Still, that would have been nice. Here's we got about 5 seconds left in the match here, so this is probably the last highlight. Looks like FC Dallas just wasting time, and there's the final whistle. 3-3, a nice exciting match. That's good. I'm sick of all these boring matches that we have with Clyde FC. This is a little bit different level of the football than what we're used to. Decent game. We had some nice ratings there. Teder, Petrasso, of course, Mancosu and Jackson Hamill are killing it up top. This is a great little partnership we're forming here with these two strikers. One old, one young, so that's good. You want to pass the torch as it said. I don't know. Anyway, how did they do? How did FC Dallas do? Pretty average. Grazo played well. Acosta, very good. Lama beat everybody with a 9.1 rating. Even beat out Mancosu, who had a 9 rating. So this is just a good match. Just a fun, attacking match. Let's get to the dressing room. Team talk. What a comeback. What a great effort. I'm not going to say anything bad to him about that. That was really good. All right, let's go. Leave the match. Now we got problems. We got a tight schedule. Andre makes his debut at Saputo Stadium. The supporters, there was a real sense of intrigue as they got to see their new man. Lewis Taylor and Rick Tran also made their debuts. So some of our draft picks got in there. Looks like Mike Wynn played a game for his team. Keflavik, right? Yeah. He played okay. Had a 6.8 rating. Good on him. 2 appearances, 1 goal. 6 offside. You got to work on that, my man. But anyway, let's take a look at the schedule and what we got coming up. So we got Sporting Kansas City, Colorado, San Jose, all within relatively short periods of time. For the next 3 weeks, we are, really booked solid. This makes me mad right here. We got Chicago away, and then 1 day off. We got to come back and play Atlanta at home. That ain't no good. That's not going to help out fatigue. So we're basically going to have to play like a fully rotated squad against one of these teams, probably Chicago. Not too excited about that, but, it's not outside our wheelhouse. I do that every once in a while, and it helps keep all these guys fit. So anyway, What are we going to come back for? Are we going to show every game of the MLS season? I don't know about that. It's already, according to our calendar here, March 11th. So we've already gone ahead quite a bit. We've gone about a month in a week of real time. So I don't know if we're going to keep that up or not, but we'll think about it. I mean, we could play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games next week. We'll think about this schedule. I don't know. Showing every game might be a bit too much, but maybe not. If you have any opinions on that, give me a shout out in the comments. We're just a couple of subscribers away from 100. That was my goal for last season. It's still my goal for this channel. Just reach 100 subscribers so that we can get a full URL that says Zebu Nation. Because if you don't know, if you haven't heard me mention this before, there is another channel out there called Zebu Nation, and it's like some singer lady from, I think, Portugal or Brazil or someplace like that. And yeah, our content is decidedly different. So I would like to get my own URL so that people would be able to find me a little easier. Anyway, I guess that's it. So we'll see you next time for more Montreal Impact. See you then. Bye.